Look at that big lineup there, Joe. There's 4 in the house today. Love it.
Yeah, we'll change the format when we go live. Everybody's nice, pretty face will be in the shot.
We're
Look at
talking.
Mike, looking all business today, doing the show from the truck, man.
I know, man. I feel bad that I'm not in the studio.
I
Yeah,
thought
well,
we were
maybe.
in person. I thought we were going to be in person.
Oh, you know what? Next time in San Antonio, we can make that all happen. We have a nice studio there. So he's over off of 151. And
You bought my
Petranco.
house.
Yeah. We do some,
Oh, you're way out there then.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're way out there. Be quiet.
Oh, are you in Converse there, Rashad?
Yeah.
yeah, he's on the other side of town, man.
On the other side of the world.
We just can't
Yeah.
afford to live over there by you, brother. So we had to move out of the other side of the
Don't
world.
Don't even.
I'm just saying. All right.
He big
Shoot the
balling over
messenger.
there. All right.
I know. Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm not big
That boy-
balling those.
That boy at Northampton.
No, not even. I know.
I'm over here off of near exit 7 near Marbach, man. We're in the
Ooh.
the ghetto over here, bro.
Yeah, I ain't
In
gonna
the
lie to you.
hood.
I ain't doing that one.
The land of
Yeah.
Edgar's, baby.
Yeah.
No, exit 7 is crazy. I know exactly what that is.
Yes, sir.
It's a problem.
Yeah, man. We have a gas station around the house. Serve everything but gas. I don't even got to pay for no fights or nothing. Just go down there and see some every day, man.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade, we rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
Hey, we're rising together on a Wednesday. My name is Mike Jimenez, and that's Joe Garcia in the studio. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe. We have some special guests, some royalty today. Apologies.
Man, we had no problems in this.
What's that, Joe?
We had no problems with the audio until you started the show, bro. And then all of a sudden, the gremlins.
Oh,
come out.
brutal. It went bad.
Yeah, we're good now. We can hear you.
Okay, good. We have UTSA royalty in the house today. Frank Harris, Rashad Wisdom in the house. We're talking Super Bowl 60. We've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 this Sunday. Possibility of the first UTSA Roadrunner to win a Super Bowl ring. Tariq Woolen playing for the Seattle Seahawks. Rashad, Frank, how you doing today, my man?
I'm great, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, Frank. It's good to see you as always.
No, I'm good as well, man. I'm glad that y'all got us on here again, man.
Hey, man, anytime we can have UTSA royalty on, it's a good day. It's a great show. We love what we do. We talk sports and pop culture here. Now, here's the thing, man. Super Bowl 60 is coming up this weekend. You guys know Tariq Woolen, obviously. Played with him, right? How excited are you for him to be out there just one game away from winning a ring and being the first UTSA Roadrunner to get a ring?
Go, Shot.
I don't know who you want me to go first.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. But shoot, I'm excited for Reek, man. It's a big opportunity for him. Like you said, he has a chance to be the first Roadrunner to win a Super Bowl, and this is a big game. He plays a really big role for their defense as well. And shoot, I'm rooting for them boys, man. I hope he's able to come home and get that ring. Like, that's big. That would be a big moment for not only him, his family, but also UTSA too.
Now, Rashad, you played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Living the dream, right? You made your way, had 3 games played this past season, but you're an undrafted free agent coming out of college, going out there. What was that like, man, to kind of keep fighting for that dream and fighting for that shot?
I think it's just a journey of perseverance, determination, focus, patience, hard work. A whole lot of stuff had to go into it, man. And I can't say it's only me. God for sure is always with me and guiding me on my journey. And putting me in these positions to, keep on fulfilling the things that I'm trying to achieve. I got a whole village behind me as well, as far as like my support staff, my family, the people I keep close to me, and they help me stay level headed and stay focused on the things that I'm trying to achieve. Like I said, so there's a lot that goes into this, man. But like you said, I'm living the dream. I love what I do, and would love to keep doing this for 10 plus years.
It's always a fight to get on that 53-man roster, right? I mean, it's just
Definitely is.
Just you have to work out every offseason, make sure that you guys are prepared. But you also have that Judson pedigree there, man. Judson High School is known for being the football mecca of the San Antonio area. I'm pissed off.
I'm so glad you said that. I wanted Frank to be able to hear that.
Hey, they're also known for running late too.
I'm glad you said that.
Also known for running late too. You see, he was late on this meeting. That's what they develop. Just good football players.
Now, here's the thing about that, though, man. I went to Holmes High School, and back in the 80s, that was a huge thing. Judson versus Holmes. That was a big thing. The 1986 city championship was considered to be the greatest game ever played in high school football in San Antonio. But that Judson pedigree there, what was it like playing for the Rockets, man? Because that's a big deal over there. And I'm a little bit upset that you guys consider yourself Converse Judson, not San Antonio Judson. But it is what it is. What was it like Friday Night Lights with you guys out there?
I love being Converse Judson, honestly, like repping Converse. But like you said, it's a pedigree. It comes with. I feel like going out there every Friday wearing that Diamond J on your chest, like you're carrying a lot of legacy, a lot of tradition, and you're trying to uphold that every Friday you step on the field. I definitely feel like Judson helped mold me into the player and the person I am today. And I think a big testament to that is just the way that the coaches stayed on us, but also just like the different workouts and stuff that we did during the offseason to get ready for the season, kind of build not only like physical strength, but mental toughness as well. Yeah. And, I think that just definitely helped progress me going forward, going to UTSA and getting to this point as well. So Judson has played a big part in my development, and I wouldn't be where I am today without have the things that I learned while being at Judson.
Did y'all know me and Rashad went to middle school together?
What was that? Was that Frank?
Did you know me and Rashad went to middle school together?
Really?
Wow.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna tell the story, Rashad. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, please don't get him going, because he has this story. He starts lying. Like don't get him.
I was an 8th grader. He was a 6th grader.
Go ahead and tell him your live full story, Frank. Go ahead.
All right. So the story is, like I said, we grew up together playing little league football. Went to middle school together. I'm 2 years older than him. And I was an 8th grader. He's a 6th grader. So it was cool as a younger guy, as a 6th grader, hanging out with the 8th grader. He's getting bullied one day, and, I had to go step in and be the big brother. And then from there, he was just, cool guy. So now it was coincidentally, we played against each other in high school and then teammates again in college. So I just like to tell everybody that I saved a kid from getting bullied. Now he's in the NFL. So I just think I deserve some of the credit.
And Frank, you're still doing the bullying now. What was the nickname you gave him when we were calling him? What was the nickname?
Little guy or Munchkin?
Munchkin.
Yeah. Bro, so you gotta watch out for Frank, man. He's a slimy dude.
Now, one thing that we talked with Frank about in the past. So Frank's been on the podcast a few times before, and the weird thing is, I am the 48-year-old Mexican version of Frank Harris. Our personalities are basically identical when we do this show. Okay. We have talked in the past about like going out and about in San Antonio, going out, getting a drink and whatnot. Frank says he does not like strong drinks, and he likes them fruity or citrusy in nature.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Say, he knows.
So what's your take on his drink selection at the bar?
I think his favorite drink is a lemon drop. I think he likes it in like the martini glass, like sugar around the rim. You know what I mean? Like he needs it all dressed up.
Oh my
that sounds like Frank for sure. That sounds very accurate. So he's not lying to you on that.
Hey,
It
Frank,
needs to have an
sounds just
umbrella,
like-
right? It has to have an
that
umbrella
sounds-
on top.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a signature cocktails and PF Chang's, man. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, who
Let me
said
drop
that
right there, but
PFJ?
just need some sugar on the rim. That's Frank's drink. Y'all might as well call it Frank's Martini.
Oh,
Frank's
there you
Martini,
go.
I like that.
Can I get a Frank, please?
Has to have an umbrella or a straw with a loop. That's
Exactly.
very. Well, what's your go-to drink, man, at the bar?
My go-to drink. That's a hard one. I don't know. It depends how I'm feeling that day. Lately, I've been on champagne a lot more.
Nice.
So like
Bro,
if they have some champagne, like
is it New Year's? What are we doing?
Nah, bro, like I don't know. Like I
You
just
just go around sipping
I find
champagne.
myself more attracted like the bubbles. I like wine and stuff. So
Okay.
I mean I think that's more like if I go to the bar though, like I guess like tequila and Sprite, like just something simple with some lime.
There you
Nothing
go.
too crazy.
There
Hey,
you
what
go.
was it like being a rookie and a second-year player in the NFL, man? What was it like as far as, I'm not going to ask you to name names or anything like that, but was it one of those things where you guys got, I don't want to say the word bullied, but I don't know. You hear these stories about those dinners, right, where you have
Oh,
to take out the veterans and whatnot. Does that really exist?
yeah, for sure, definitely. I did that. I had to do that last year, my rookie year. So
Dang.
this year, I mean, the rookies that came in this year had to take care of it. But yeah, the rookie dinner is a real thing. Now, luckily, we have some good vets and good dudes on the team, so like they don't run it up too crazy on us.
Yeah.
But I have seen some other teams where they have no remorse and one guy is paying 40,000 for one meal. Like, so I'll say like for my rookie dinner, there is 4 rookies. There's one guy that was drafted, and then there's 3 of us that went undrafted. And then the one of the guys that went undrafted, he was also on the 53. So I mean, there's 4 of us, and our total bill came out to like a little over 14,000. So each of us paid probably like 3,500.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that's lovely compared to like what some other guys have to do. I still wasn't happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I still wasn't happy about it at all. Like they'll go
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff, you know what I mean? And yeah, it can get crazy, but they blessed us though. So I'm happy, like, especially how they did the rookies this year. Like, yeah,
Now-
it could get
Now we're big fans of like Hard Knocks, right? And the whole thing about like a lot of them show them singing in front of everybody and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How realistic is Hard Knocks to what goes on in a real camp?
I would say every team is different. So what you might see on one team is probably different compared to the other ones. But for the most part, like just like basic, I guess, like I don't want to call it hazing because it's not hazing. It's just like building like team chemistry and getting people to know like the new rookies and stuff, like the singing and dancing and stuff, like going on to the stage and stuff like that's real. Like they'll call out the rookies like bring so and so to the stage and like you better have a song ready like to sing to everybody. I would say that's pretty much as far as we go though. Like, you know what I mean? Like we'll have people come up and sing on stage. Like we have the rookie dinner, but that's like later on into the season. Like not everybody makes it to see that point. And then, I mean, rookies have to bring food for their position group on the plane. But that's only to like the position groups, I guess, specification, like whatever they want or if they want something at all. So I don't think we get too crazy because I know some teams like they're ridiculous. Like you got to bring something every day and they also have to keep snacks in our position rooms and make sure it's restocked. So I mean that can get tedious because things can go really fast, especially like Celsius and stuff. Like those go fast, especially for us because the safeties position room is where the entire defense meet too. So like everybody, like D linemen, linebackers, they'll just come and wipe out the fridge and then go about their days. So
Now Frank and I have talked in the past about Josh Cephas. He was days away from being on the 53-man roster with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then he got that injury there in the last preseason game, which was pretty brutal. Do you guys keep up with him still? And if so, what's the mindset like? Him trying to make that roster again, a go at it next year.
I talk to Cephas every now and then. I'm not going to sit here and say that we talk every day, like because we don't. Everyone has their own lives, but we keep in touch every now and then. I think he's actually going to be coming to Tampa to train here soon, so I'm pretty sure we'll get together at some point. But I mean, shoot, I mean, for right now, and especially with what he had, like all you can do is sit and rest and just let it heal on its own. Like that's not something that you can play with, you know what I mean? But I think he's on like the back end of his recovery. Like I said, like he's planning on being out there in Tampa training and stuff for this season coming up. So that's always a good sign, you know what I mean, that he's recovering well and still has a chance to go make somebody's team this season, whether it's Jacksonville or somewhere else. I would love to have him out here in Tampa with us. So hopefully that could happen too.
All right, Joe, let's talk some Super Bowl 60. Got
Yeah.
the Seahawks, got the Patriots. Seahawks here by 4.5 points. So it's an interesting matchup because, these are two teams that you didn't necessarily believe were going to be on there. That's the early season predictions were not there for either of these teams. New England's kind of ahead of schedule when it comes to the rebuild. Seattle bringing on Sam Darnold. You've got to see a lot of these guys in real life play against them, right? Both you, Frank, and Rashad. We'll go with Rashad first, and then Frank. Who do you have in this game? Like, who do you think is going to come out victorious Sunday night?
So I'll start off and say that my picks within the playoffs have been perfect so far. I haven't all my picks so far. The only one I had a toss up with was this last game with the Rams and the Seahawks, and I said I think the Seahawks are going to win because I think they have the best overall team in the playoffs right now. Just offense, defense, special teams. But if the Rams were to win that game, I wouldn't have been surprised. And I felt like whoever won that game was going to be the one to win the Super Bowl. So with that said, I think the Seahawks are going to win. Like I said, I think just overall they have the best team, like the best offense, the best defense. Like the way that they scheme stuff up on offense is crazy. The way that they use JSN, like with put them in the backfield, the different motions, the way they use Cooper Kupp, like the running back, what's his name?
He tore the ACL, the other dude.
Oh,
yeah,
Charbonnet
and Shepard tore the ACL, but the other guy.
What's his face? What's his name?
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
Walker.
he's nasty too, though. Like, yeah, so they got a great offense. Their defense is terrific too. Like the way that they scheme stuff up over there, and the way that they use, I like the way that they use Witherspoon. And then I feel like another dude that's been playing really well for him too, Julian Love. Like, I mean, he's a vet though. He's been in the league for so long. Like, he's mad smart. Like him, Kobe Bryant's been playing good too. The front seven gets to the quarterback. Like, I think the Seahawks are going to take it here. And like I said, I've been perfect, so I don't expect me to be. I expect to hit on this one again too.
Frank, I don't know who to trust in this one, Frank. Joe, if you could bring up the photo of Joe Stradamus. I don't know who to trust when it comes to all this.
Let's see.
Someone whose last name literally is Wisdom and says that he's undefeated in the playoffs, calling it. Or Joe, who refers to himself as Joe Stradamus because he too has been calling a lot of winners throughout the playoffs. Guess who Joe predicted to win the Super Bowl when the year started?
The Seahawks.
There he is.
Oh, the Seahawks.
He predicted.
No.
What is this?
Joe Stradamus.
Joe Stradamus.
He probably picked the Cowboys.
He picked
man.
the New England Patriots. He picked the Patriots. Joe, tell him your thought process.
What I did is I told everybody before the season even started, I'm like, y'all got to keep an eye on these New England Patriots, man. I said, this is going to be my dark horse team coming into the season. And I said, you'll be surprised how far they'll be able to go. And lo and behold, look at where they're at. They're in the Super Bowl. So I got to ride Drake May and the New England Patriots, man, to the end. Drake. So I'm pulling for the Pats.
Man, the Pats had the easiest schedule of all time, man. They played few winning teams throughout the way.
You can only beat who's in front of you, Mike. That's all they did. All they do is
backup
win.
Quarterbacks. I mean, come on, Frank. Give me some love here on this. Who do you got? Seahawks or the Pats Sunday night?
Man, I'd probably say I think the Seahawks has the full scope of a team. I do think the Patriots do have a great offense if Drake May can get going. He's special with the ball, him and Stephon Diggs. But I think all around, I think the Seahawks just have a better team. So, and of course, they want Tariq to get him Super Bowl win. Sam Darnold has a great story behind him. All the adversity he's been through, getting released from these teams, and the comeback story that he's having. It's kind of hard to root against him, so I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I tell you what, man, 28-6 record the last 2 seasons for Sam Darnold,
He's
and
killing it.
people still don't believe in him. But the
Man.
guy, kind of a turnover machine from time to time. Is that basically it right there? Is it just all going to hinge on whether or not he has a good game or not? Because the rest of the Seahawks team is so good, defensively and offensively. You mentioned JSN, arguably the best wide receiver in all of the NFL right now. To me, how many 2 turnovers or less, Seahawks win. 2 or more.
I was gonna say that too. Like I feel like the Patriots though, like me saying this, I think the Seahawks gonna win. That's not taking away from like the Patriots are a really good team too. Like we've seen them this season too, and like I feel like the thing that I've witnessed from them, like throughout, like especially throughout the playoffs, is that they're just real disciplined. They're real sound, like especially on defense. Like I feel like they're gonna be where they're supposed to be at. Like they're gonna play sound football. Now, the only thing that I feel like can mess them up is I feel like they're gonna rely more on like making that big play to like help them get down the field. But we'll see though. Like I don't think they're a bad team though. Like, but I do feel like the Seahawks just overall, like the way that they've been dialing stuff up, like the way that they called this last game was really good.
Yeah. And we mentioned that Tariq Woolen could be the first Roadrunner to have a Super Bowl ring. He had a little bit of an issue in the third quarter in the last game there, where he got fined by the NFL. I believe like $17,000 for.
Birds up, baby, let's go.
Y'all must
tell me about that play, because you played defense too, Rashad.
Yeah,
Rashad, you played defense. When you saw what he was doing, did you think to yourself, "Oh my God, this better not blow up in his face"?
Frank, I don't talk on the field, bro. I'm quiet. I just be out there.
Okay.
Playing.
I wish y'all could. We got to mic him up.
No. Frank is vicious with the mouth. No Diddy. No Diddy. But Frank is crazy on the field, though. I will not like. If you get Frank going, like, yeah, he's a whole different animal. Like he ain't this. He ain't this guy.
I'm too nice. I can do that.
Is it in all aspects? Is it like if we brought him to go play pickleball or basketball or anything?
Frank is competitive. Frank is very competitive.
Beer pong, he'll talk trash.
Yeah, it don't matter. Especially if you get him going, like Frank don't care. That's
like
that confidence.
Frank, man. Frank looked like the CEO of a company, man. Where he's at right now. With
Hey,
this
is one of the owners. This is one of the owners' office that I came in.
It's your office, bro. You are the see.
I'm finna tell him. I'm gonna say, hey, I get used to this now.
Ask somebody for coffee.
No, for real.
Very nice. So I was watching that game and I was like, oh my God, Woolen better not have cost them that game. But yeah, they pulled it out.
That's the thing, you know, like it's plays like that where, especially like in the league, like things like that can really cost you. Like, you know what I mean? Like up here, like on any level, like the margin for error just keeps on cutting down. And like up there, like, yeah, like there's a real chance like that play. And there's so many plays that happen within the game. And if you're just like a spectator watching, you won't really realize like this is the play that really turns the game. Like there's so many plays on special teams that are really the cause for a team not winning the game, like just like the hidden yardage and stuff like that. And like that play by itself, like just the penalties and stuff like that, like because they were supposed to get off the field, you know what I mean? The offense was supposed to get the ball back, but then, you know what I mean, he gets caught up in the heat of the moment, which, you know what I mean, I understand he's a competitor, like he's playing the game, and so, and who knows what was happening prior to that play, you know what I mean? He's lined up on a sideline, they probably yapping at him the whole entire time, like, and he probably staying quiet, and he makes a play, then, you know what I mean, now he going back at them, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what happens. But then he ended up getting caught. And then, you know what I mean? Like I said, they're supposed to get off the field. It was like third and like Mad Lauren thing, like 3rd and 9 plus. Then they're supposed to get off the field. They got to come back on and then they score. You know what I mean? And things like that always happen. And like Antoine pointed this out to me during the season. He was like, whenever you don't get turnovers, like the moment you don't get a turnover, that's when they usually go down and score because you didn't capitalize on that moment. And there's so many times after he brought that to my attention that like even in our games, like there was a moment where we should have had a pick and we dropped it, or we're supposed to get a fumble and we didn't recover it, then the offense, you know what I mean, they capitalize on not turning the ball over and then go down and put points up. You know what I mean?
They're
So
playing with house money at that point. It's like
exactly. You know what I mean? Like they're able to get away. They were able to slip away from that one. So
yeah. Joined by UTSA royalty, Rashad Wisdom and Frank Harris. I know, Rashad, we have you for 5 more minutes, if that's okay.
yeah, that's cool.
Mario Cavazos on our chat, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, is bringing up DeMarcus Lawrence having a solid role on the Seahawks team. He famously, before the season started, said that he joined Seattle because he couldn't win a Super Bowl in Dallas. He just said that it just wasn't there. I don't know if you saw that soundbite, but it was brutal. He goes, yeah, I want to win a Super Bowl before I retire. I know it's never going to happen in Dallas. I got to move on. He was talking about culture. How important is it for culture in a locker room, whether it be in the college ranks, the pro ranks, even high school? How important is culture, or is that an overrated thing?
Frank, you want to hit on this?
No, I think culture is a big, more than what people realize. You know, especially at UTSA, you know, I feel like, you know, not to say anything about previous staff before Traylor got there, but I think the culture just wasn't there. I think when Coach Traylor came in, everybody thought that we did something spectacular. We had the same group of guys. Everybody was the exact same. I just think the culture just changed, and that's why I think we started being dominant. You know, having some great leaders can go a long way. You know, of course, you know, he had Rashad on the defensive end, and I was on the offensive end, so that kind of kept everybody sane. We've been there for so long, so I think culture is way more than what people think. You could think you have all these athletes if nobody has a good culture. Nobody's buying into the culture. Everybody's out for themselves, and then that's when you see teams start going down the wrong path, and it has nothing to do with the coaching or the players. It's literally the culture, and if we get a good culture, then that's when teams can start being a lot more special than what they're showing.
You know, to that point too, like, well, I'll go back to the play with Reek when he had the taunting, you know what I mean? And you see they show it on the camera after that whole sequence of events went down that, you know, his teammates getting on him and they kind of going back and forth. And in that moment, you know what I mean, people think like they're just getting on each other, but that's really an example of like a great culture, like, because all them boys are in it together and they're focused on one mission. And there's no room to be trying to like mess up anything that we got going on, because we're all trying to get to this one thing. Like, and you know what I mean, if a team had a bad culture, like in my eyes, like after that play, like nobody would have said anything to them, like, all right, whatever. But I seeing that, like, to me, they have a great culture. Like, they're not going for none of that. Like, they are all focused on trying to get to the Super Bowl, and they know that this one play could be, you know what I mean, if they just let that slide by, who knows how many more times that happens until it bites them in the butt. And then next thing you know, we're not talking about them potentially being able to get a Super Bowl ring and stuff. You know what I mean? It could easily been the Rams just off that one little mess up. So I think part of that, having a good culture, is holding people accountable for their actions. And you know what I mean? Like, yeah, in the moment, like, it looked like they're going back and forth. I'm sure they were, but I mean, I think Reek even put a thing out, like he said, like, we weren't like arguing or fighting. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, we're holding each other accountable. He's holding me accountable for my actions. And you know what I mean? I'm just talking back, you know what I mean? But yeah, like culture is real important for sure. Like, I think that's what separates championship teams from, you know what I mean, teams that aren't able to make it that far.
It's an in-house thing, and it's a family thing. Right? It's like arguing between family members. You still love each other, but you got to hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
Real fast, I've had something on my mind when it comes to football. I'm not asking about your team in particular, but just football in general from both of your perspectives. I remember when coaches were always too conservative. Like, they were too conservative. 4th and 1, automatic punt. You know, automatic this and the other, and they were not willing to take chances. And now it seems that it's gone to the extreme. Maybe am I wrong in thinking this? Like Sean Payton in that game against the Patriots, Broncos, the blizzard game where the blizzard came in the second half, he could have gotten up 10-0, right? And instead he went for it on 4th and 1 on a pass play there inside the 10-yard line, which completely altered the course of the game. As you mentioned, there are individual plays in the game that determine it all. All these plays, but these one or two plays are actually the ones that determine the outcome of the game. Mm-hmm. Do you think that that we're seeing coaches, whether it be Sirianni in Philly or Sean Payton in Denver, or that maybe they're just getting a little too reckless in some of the play calling, need to go back to being more conservative in their approach and just take points, don't take points off the board type of thing?
You want to go, Shot? Or you want me to go?
You can go first.
I mean, I think it's just one, believing in your teammates, your team, believing in your quarterback. That's one of the reasons for sure. And I think another reason is it depends on the team that you're playing. If you know that team could go out there and score right away, I mean, you'd rather take those points while you think you could get them while you got down there. If that defense is extremely good, you got to go out there and capitalize. Like when we played against Western Kentucky years ago against Bailey Zappi, we went forward on like 4th and 7 on our own 30-yard line. And Coach Taylor was like, if we don't go for it, we punt it away, they're going to go score anyways. So we might as well just try our luck and see if we can go out there and do it, right? So I think it just goes back to believing in your team from the coaching staff, thinking your team could go out there and get that first down, and not trying to give the opponent the ball back. And when those points could come, you got to capitalize because they don't come too often, especially at the NFL level. So I don't think they're getting too reckless. I just think they're just gambling a lot more. If that would have worked out for them and they were scored, it would have been a 14-0, and they were talking about a different ball game. It's a game of inches, like Coach Taylor always says. They unfortunately they didn't get it, and then now everybody's talking about it. Well, he should have kicked a field goal. Well, I mean that's everything though. You're gonna live life scared, then you don't get the result that you want. You got to go out there and take some gambles and some risks, and you get better rewards.
Well, I mean, you look at the Philly special from the Eagles when they had that one touchdown in the Super Bowl. They're calling a trick play there on 4th down.
Yep.
That made it a 14 point lead for the Patriots the Eagles that won Super Bowl. But Rashad, do you think that are you the same belief also? Just be aggressive and just believe in the team, or are there certain situations where they should just be a little bit more conservative?
I feel like you have to find a balance within it, and that balance can be whatever you feel like fits your team, like Frank was saying, and fits your coaching style the most. Because kind of like Frank was saying, like it's kind of like scare money don't make money. You know what I mean? Like you have to go for it to give it a chance. You know what I mean? You never know how it can turn out. Like just like how we're talking about these plays, like that play with the Broncos. Like if he would have made it, people would be like, "Oh, that's the best play call ever." But since he didn't, now it's like, why would you call that? You know what I mean? Like it's always two sides to it. And I think at the end of the day, like Frank was saying, like you got to trust your guys and also just try to go for it. You know what I mean? Like you're playing to win. You're not playing not to lose. So I think that's it at the end of the day. And like I said, I think there's a balance to it. You got to learn situational football. Like, okay, like this is the situation that we're in. We're up by 1 score, you know what I mean? But there's this much amount of time on the clock. We're here on this part of the field. Like I think this is the best case, you know what I mean, that we should do to try to set us up to win. You know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, you can be super aggressive. Like I think the Lions coach is super aggressive, and it was working out for him last season. And then, you know what I mean? But look, coming back this season, like I don't feel like it worked out as good as it did last year for him. But you can be super aggressive or you can be super conservative, but you just have to know your team. Like you have to understand, like, okay, like I know I can put it back on the defense because I know they'll get a stop, or I know like I can get the ball back to my offense, or whatever the case may be. But Frank made a good point that like just knowing like your team and your players, at the end of the day, it comes down to players, not plays. So I mean, if you feel like you can try your luck, and you know, I mean, why not? Like do whatever you got to do to make sure that you put your team in the best chance to win.
All right, one last question for Rashad before we let you go. Be respectful of your time. And I want Frank's opinion on this too, because you play QB. The tush push. There have been opportunities to ban it. It's always like 1 or 2 votes away from being banned. You play defense, so let's say the Eagles are on the other side, and I know other teams have incorporated as well. Should that play be banned?
I don't see why it should. I don't know what the whole controversy about it is. Like, it's not like it's an unstoppable play. Like people have stopped it before. People stopped the Eagles from doing it. So I don't know what the whole I don't get it. Like there's a lot of other stuff that happens in the games. I'm like, how is it? So look, y'all gonna get me going now because my whole thing is like I personally just feel like nobody really understands what the rule is. Like you can watch one game and they'll rule
Sure.
the same play, they'll rule a play something, and then you'll watch another game and they'll say something totally different. You know what I mean? Like I just there's so many different plays or rules that I just don't understand. Like, but
And
yeah,
I'll
the
say
touch, like there's no I don't understand what the whole issue is.
yeah, I don't see that. I mean, it's a football play. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But like he was saying, I think like, sacking a quarterback, sometimes it's like, roughing the passer. If you just tackle him, he still has the ball and you take him to the ground, it's still a flag. So it's like it's like a gray area. Does it depend on the quarterback? Does it depend on the guy who's hitting them? Does it depend on the referee?
Right.
And I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, I played quarterback. I mean, I was getting, hit left and right? But I don't think if I have the ball in my hands, as long as they're not, doing a horse collar or hitting me in my helmet, I don't think that should be a flag for me, ultimately getting sacked because I either, didn't move from the pocket or something like that. And the defense gets faulted because they drove me to the ground. That's not a flag. That's
Right.
where I feel like that kind of stuff needs to get addressed because it's like at this point we're not even playing football and the quarterbacks are so protected. And you're just gonna just keep seeing, and receivers too, right? It's like it's like such a gray area. Like you can't hit a guy too hard because it's a flag, even though it's a legal hit. It's like, all right, bro, what are we doing here? I get it, but it's getting a little bit extreme.
Forgive me for the follow-up question, Rashad. I apologize, but you said sometimes you don't know what's what when it comes to the rules. That game between the Bills and Broncos, that controversial interception, where it appeared as though the Bills receiver caught the ball, and they said that he didn't make a football move and it got stripped away. Everybody at home is watching that game thinking that it's a catch. It's ruled an interception. Being from the position that you are as a defensive player, knowing the rules, knowing the game, did you think that was a catch?
I feel like once you cross the plane and like you have possession of it, like like I because that's what I'm saying. Like, what is considered a football move? Like, and it changes based off whoever's calling it. Like, some people say it's they got possession, they take 2-3 steps, but then like, oh, he didn't have possession. What do you mean he didn't have possession? It didn't hit the ground. It's in his hands. I don't get it. Like who's what I mean? But then that same thing can happen, and then the next crew will be like, yes, like what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Like
I mean, that replaced the Dez Bryant. Did Dez catch it?
That's great.
That was a catch. That was a catch.
That was a catch.
I
hit the ground.
It's also like with like how Frank was talking about with the quarterback, like with the receivers, like you can't hit them up top, but if they're defenseless, you can't hit them down low. So where do you want me to hit them? Like, and honestly, like when you're playing the game, I don't think like dudes are like, all right, well, let me make sure I hit him here. Like, what I mean? Like, I'm just going to make a tackle. Like, so like stuff like that. Cause I know there's a play with Devontae Adams in, I feel like it was the Seahawks game where he got rocked on the sideline, but then they were like, then they were like, it was unnecessary roughness or whatever. But I'm like, where was he supposed to hit him at? Because he jumped up for the ball. If he hits him in his head area, it's gonna be a flag. If he go and clip his legs, it's gonna be a flag. Like, so you want me to let him? What I mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know, bro.
Just play ball. Hopefully that it all turns out very well. Hey, Rashad, we'll let you go, man. Thank you so much for being on the show with us. Joe and I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the start of your career, and I know it's an uphill battle every single year, man. I know it is, but thank you for representing UTSA so well. Judson High School so well, City of Converse, and to some extent the extension being San Antonio area as well, man. We love it all. Congratulations on everything, and we hope to bump into you. And when I see you in person, because we're gonna have an event, I believe at Hard Rock Cafe on the 28th, if you or the 28th or so.
28th.
You'll be surprised how short he is.
Yeah, we'll make fun of Frank for whatever he orders, man. Drinks
Go
on
see him
me.
in person. You be like,
Yo,
damn,
man,
he's
I
short.
appreciate it though, man. I'm glad I was able to come out here. Frank, thanks for extending the invite to me, man. Like I know I'm gonna see you here soon. Yeah,
Of course,
I
my
got
brother.
something. Me and Frank are going golfing.
Uh-oh.
I've gotten better, bro.
Hey, y'all remember he said again, I'm gonna
I'm
update,
having probably the
Twitter.
worst game of my life when I go see him watch.
I'm gonna update Twitter to see how you doing. Don't worry about it. Just say
where y'all gonna tee off at?
out there at Tapatio in Bernie.
Tapatio, nice, very
We'll be
nice.
there.
You know what,
All right.
Rashad,
Hanging with Frank, man.
kick his butt, dude. Kick Frank's butt, man.
I'm gonna do what I can, man. Like I said, I'm talking mess right now. I'm gonna probably go around and play terribly because of this. So I probably
He get nervous. Son.
All right.
Hey man,
well,
just
thank
be
you,
like me, man.
Rashad.
I get better the more I drink, man. That's just
yeah, facts.
Oh man.
Facts.
Rashad, thanks for being with us, man. Congratulations on your career, and we'll hopefully talk to you again soon.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Thank y'all.
All right,
Yes,
Shotty.
sir. Thank you.
All right.
Frank, why do they like
What's up,
ragging
my
on
man?
you, man?
Bragging on him. Who's bragging on him?
I mean, Rashad's coming at you. Maybe that's not ragging on you, but coming at
ragging.
you. What?
I think you said bragging. Sorry, ragging. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, we just got a little love-hate relationship. That's my guy. I mess with him. He messes with me, and it was like that all through college. Like his locker was next to mine. We sat next to each other in the meeting room. So literally, I seen him all day, every single day. So of course, and then we grew up together, right? So he's like a brother to me. So we just got that kind of relationship.
Joe, I mean, we now have to choose between Joe Stradamus and Wisdom.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey man, I've had a good record, man. Right now, like I've been calling all these games in the playoffs. I can smell an upset a mile away, dude. I'm still
something's
riding the
got to
past.
give. Something's got to give. So,
Everybody's
Frank, you think Seattle running away with this game, or do you think
No,
that it's gonna be a close game?
I think it'll be a pretty good game. Like I said, if Drake May goes out there and does what he's been doing, I think it'll be a extremely good game. Come down to the wire. But if he doesn't come and play, I think Seattle could come in there and because they're good, offensively and defensively, and they can score pretty quick, and their defense is extremely good. So I think Drake May has to go out there and kind of put the team on his shoulders like he's been doing all season and go off. And I think it'd be a great game.
Joe, what's your ultimate prediction?
Ultimate prediction. I got the Pats winning this one. I think it's going to be another one that's a nail biter. Probably going to be low scoring. I'd say at least give them at least 3 points, man. It's going to be a field goal.
Yeah,
I mentioned it before, man. I just think it all hinges on Sam Darnold. What Darnold are we going to get? Because he has had some games where he has absolutely imploded. But then again, it's kind of hard to give him crap about the playoff loss to the Rams last year when he got sacked 9 times. He had sacked 9 times. You're not going to have a good game. You're going to throw picks because you're just under duress the entire time.
If I get sacked 9 times, there's going to be some cussing out going on that sideline.
And why was he being ridiculed about it? I was like, dude, he had no chance in the world.
Nah.
But Seattle's going to go out there. I think Seattle should win this game because, as Rashad pointed out, JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is the best wide receiver in all of the NFL right now. And he goes off for 130, 150 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for New England to get on the field. Can New England get going, Joe, in a fast-paced game? Because the way that you described it, Joe, you said if it's a low-scoring game, you think that the Pats can win a low-scoring game. I agree with you. I think that if it's 17-13, if it's 13-10, if it's 21-13, I think the Pats can win that game. What I don't think the Pats can do is win a track meet. The UTSA Western Kentucky, as you mentioned, when you guys combined for over 100 points in that game. If they go off to 38-31, 38-34, I don't think the Pats have the firepower to keep up offensively if Seattle's offense is rocking and rolling.
I think it comes down to time of possession, pass rush. What are they going to do out there on the field? Time of possession is a big factor. If they can just go ahead and play their game and just keep pounding the ball, you don't have to have like a great running game. You just got to be able to not, keep the defense respectable and kind of tire them down wear them out as the game, goes on. And they're going to get tired. When you start getting tired, they make mistakes. And I just think the Pats have a well-balanced team. Same thing with Seattle. Something's got to give. It's going to come down to who's going to capitalize on those opportunities out there on the field. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to rise to the occasion? That's my prediction, Mike. What's yours? I think you froze on me.
Yeah, I know. I did freeze for a quick second there. It glitched me over here for about a second and a half. Dude, I think everyone's saying it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I know that Seattle has a good defense. I know the Patriots have a good defense, but I don't see it that way. I think this is going to be an opened-up game. I don't see it as being a low-scoring affair. I think it's going to be like a 31-21 type of game. I think that Seattle's going to win this game. And again, I would not be surprised if we were sitting here talking about this on Monday, saying that Darnold threw 3 picks. I would not be surprised by that. But I think that if they played each other 10 times, Seattle wins that 7 times. I think
but every time you guarantee victory, every time you say you go with the team and you're like, this is the team that's going to win, they absolutely lose. Every time.
Well, no, you say that I call it the Hard Rock Lock, but I did not call it a Hard Rock Lock.
I tell you, like
I'm
Rashid Wallace back in the day.
When
I say like you guaranteed, right? You guaranteed victory. Come on, man. You always do that. Oh, I guarantee you this is gonna happen. Boom! It always happens the opposite, man. I can't take you to Vegas and win money with you, man. I'll be going broke. I go broke.
Quit ragging on me, dog. Come on, man. Dude, how about this? I bet like 900 with the Spurs right now. By the way, NBA trade deadline's tomorrow, and Sohan is still on the team. Frank, but for the Spurs to tell Jeremy Sohan, hey, go find yourself a team to be traded to. Like, go be proactive about that. And for him to be riding the bench this entire time because he's still on the team, that's got to be difficult. Just kind of I don't know, man. I don't know how someone lives through that, goes to the games knowing that they don't want him there anymore. What are your thoughts on how the Spurs are playing right now?
That's pretty tough, man, to be honest with you. But I mean, I just kind of shows the type of person that he is. I know Jeremy. I mean, he's still, young, a young man. He's, 22, maybe 23. So that's pretty tough for him. But just to see him go out there, smile on his face, and still be a great teammate, that shows a lot about him. But I would, 100% appreciate a coach or a team to tell me that they don't want me no more instead of trying to, beat around the bush and try to act like they need me or try to keep me around. So I see both sides, but I do think he's going to end up probably going somewhere else. And I'm excited to see what he does.
Talking to Frank Harris, I like to say UTSA royalty. I'm not going to say former quarterback or who he is. You are UTSA royalty, right? Because if there was a Mount Rushmore of UTSA football, you would be on there, right? Along with Coach Strelo. So. You are still the face of UTSA in many eyes. I like the fact that you like talking to us about various different sports and whatnot. The Spurs right now, ahead of schedule, the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. And we're seeing teams, the trade deadline's tomorrow. We saw, for example, Detroit pick up Kevin Huerter, who's a sharpshooter. They're the top seed in the East. And you're looking at these teams that are all around the Spurs that are in contention doing something. The Spurs have said in the past that they like the team that they've got and they want to see what this team can do on its own. Do you think that the Spurs should just roll the ball out there and keep the same lineup out there? Or do you think they need to make some moves on the trade deadline because they're, legit contenders this year?
Who would they, try to go get? I feel like they kind of have the backcourt that they need. You got Wemby still, too. You got De'Aaron Fox, Castle. Dylan Harper. You got a great backcourt. I'd probably say they're probably going to try to trade somebody, probably like a Jeremy, maybe somebody else to get another, great role player or guy to come off the bench to just help out like Keldon and those guys who come off the bench who could be a starter as well. But I don't think it's going to be anybody, that's going to draw everybody's attention and like, We just
Yeah.
got another big name in San Antonio because it's like we
Yeah.
already got everybody that we need. You don't want to start trying to go get these big name guys because then you got to start trading, too many of our pieces to the puzzle to go get these guys, and then they come here and then it doesn't work out because the culture is not fitting or that's not the same camaraderie, right? So I think we got everybody we need. You may just trade a couple guys for some other role players that play a great role for us, and let's see if we can get us a championship.
Joe, Jaren Jackson Jr. going to the Jazz. Joe, 5 first rounders. Did I read that right, or was it? I mean, is it 5 first rounders for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Yeah, they give a big
we
old
sure
haul
about
for him.
this?
They gave a big haul. That means that basically what the Memphis Grizzlies are signaling is they hitting that reset button, man.
For
They're
sure.
getting rid of everybody. They hit the reset button. They said this isn't working, and they're going to go ahead and go in rebuild mode now, and they're looking towards their future, and that's going to be picks. They're going to start rebuilding the team. I would have liked to see Jaren Jackson Jr. quite honestly here with the Spurs. I think he would have been a good fit, but the asking price was probably going to be very high. I think what the Spurs are missing right now, they're just missing a veteran player that can shoot a three. But again, like who are they going to go after right now? Because all those players, they're already with other teams, and it's like they're not going to wind up giving up that a veteran player that can come off the bench and score and shoot the three because that's in high demand right now. That's about the only thing I think the Spurs are missing is that 3-point sniper. If they can go ahead
Right.
and add that, that'll help open the spacing out there on the floor and let some of the other players like Wemby. You're going to go ahead and have like Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, some of the other guys there, they can go ahead and work down low in the paint, move well without the ball, help the floor spacing a little bit. But honestly, I think that's the only thing that the Spurs are really missing at this point in time. They have a really good guard lineup that can run out there and run up and down the court, fast break, all that stuff. They look good out there. But it comes down to like how good are they going to play in a half court set? Because especially when you get into the playoffs, teams are going to try to take away what's working for you. And the Spurs look great in the open court, but when you get them in a half court offense and slow things down, that's when it starts to get away from the Spurs because Wemby doesn't like to play in the paint. And if he gets inside the paint, you see what happens. He gets beat up. He can't be doing that all the time. So they just have to find a balance.
We saw James Harden go from the Clippers to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for another point guard. So it was like all-star point guard for all-star point guard, Darius Garland going over there. The belief could be that the Spurs are just going to hang tight, let the trade deadline go, and basically play the buyout market because there are going to be certain players going to be bought out of their contracts. Spurs are still more than $5 million under the cap.
Yeah.
They can use that money to pick up somebody that gets dropped someplace. I mean, that's a very possible situation there. Hey, Frank, we were talking to Rashad Wisdom earlier, man, and I was proud of you guys still remaining as friends. And as you mentioned, y'all grew up from 6th grade, 8th grade, knowing each other way back when. You kind of rag him a little bit by referring to us like he's 5'9", right? He's about 5'9".
Every bit of it. If he's 5'9".
How impressive is it for someone who's 5'9" to make it to the NFL on the 53-man roster? I mean, how determined do you have to be for that?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to the childhood. Growing up, how we grew up. All we really wanted to do was NFL, the NBA. And I always joke with the guys now, him, Cephas, Spencer, Sincere, Reek, all those guys that made it to NFL. I'm like, yeah, you guys were good enough to make it. I wasn't, right? I just joke with those guys and say that. But it just, the determination, everything that, from growing up, Spencer, me, and Rashad, we all grew up together. And just seeing those guys from when we were, 7, 8 years old, all the hard work they put in from middle school to high school to being teammates again in college. People don't see that kind of thing. They just kind of see the success that they're having now. They don't understand all the stuff that they've been through. Rashad's been through so much with losing his brother, losing his father, all those things, getting cut, going back down to practice squad, all those things that people don't, see because you see a smile on Rashad's face and the hard work that he's putting in and the success. But, as a close friend and close brother, I kind of know what is going on behind closed doors. So it's always great to see that. I'm happy for him. it's always great to see those guys like on the TV, knowing that I play with those guys. It means a lot to me, man, because it's like, man, I know what you've been through, all the hard work that you put in to get to that point now, and you're leaving out your dream, and now I'm like the fan that gets to brag on them now, right? So it's just extremely cool to see those guys going out there living their dreams.
Now, your next chapter, you were telling me, is in real estate. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in commercial real estate. So what my goal is to get all those guys making those big bucks and invest in some real estate and help those guys out financially so they don't go broke.
There you go.
When they're done playing. So that's ultimately what I would love to help those guys do whenever that time comes.
Since you're part of our show, I want to know we have I will tell you this, Mitch. Our listener base, Joe, and our listener base has been very good to me when it comes to my practice. We got to know more about your practice. How do we send business to you? For those who are commercial real estate, typically involves just businesses that are opening up. Is it kind of commercial property, as in like warehouses? Is it are you focusing on like strip malls? What do you focus on?
It could be anything. It could be warehouses. It could be strip malls. It could be flex buildings. It could be office. Whether you need to go lease it, whether you own it and needed to get leased out, or if you're already in a current place and looking to go to another place or expand, all those things. So we do kind of all of it. Yeah, man, it's a grind. It's a journey, but I love it though.
Oh, but you get that commission check every once in a while, man. That
every once in a while. Every once in a while. We'll get a nice pop here.
Yeah, you're gonna hear the joys of a 1031 exchange, and it's like, oh
yeah.
my God.
I love the 1031 people.
You see, I'm in finance. I can speak intelligently.
Can I answer this question real quick? I think Joy Con Drift King asked it kind of a while ago. He said the quarterback, high level. How do you watch games? Do you go to the leagues? The office?
Yeah, I saw that comment come through.
I kind of just watch the game, man. I don't try to be that guy that thinks he knows everything and tries to make everybody else feel like, all right, you hate watching a football game with Frank because he just tries to make everybody seem like they don't know what they're talking about, like they don't know ball. Now, don't get me wrong. If it gets down to it, I'll shut everybody up and be like, look, you don't even know what's going on. But for the most part, man, I just like watching and enjoying it. But I don't really know the plays just because, I could kind of look at it and determine kind of the coverage that they're going to run, and then post snap, same thing. That's not really hard to do. But watching UTSA, of course, I know all the players, so I could determine what plays they're going to run or what they should run and kind of what should be going on. When I watch just regular games, I just kind of, if somebody makes a mistake, I'm like, man, that was. This cover, they should have done that. But I don't comment or make comments.
They had a question for you. We had a question for you from Mario Cavazos. He was asking you and Rashad and you, Frank. He goes, will either of you all consider coaching in high school or a college program?
Well, let's just set this straight right here on the record. My brother is a coach at Judson Middle School. I'm leaving the coaching up to that Harris and not Frank Harris. So Daryl Harris is my brother. He's at Judson Middle School at the athletic coordinator, and he is the coach of the family, and I'm going to leave that up to him.
How did you get into commercial real estate, man? Who turned you on to that?
Shoot, golfing. I reached out to one of the owners of this company from the previous company that I was with to try to get their services, and they invited me out to a golf tournament, started talking to me about it, and I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. I didn't know nothing about commercial real estate, and that's one thing led to another. Came to the office, sat down, talked to those guys, and now I'm just like, damn, I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this.
And there you go.
That's interesting. It's an interesting thing because I work in the world of finance, and a lot of what I do is I oftentimes hire people and train people to be a stockbroker or a financial analyst, or whatever it may be. We love former athletes. Former athletes. I trained a former college quarterback like 7-8 years ago, Stephen McGee, who played for the Aggies and had a short stint there with the Dallas Cowboys. I wasn't his main trainer, but I did teach classes when he was a student getting into finance. We always say those who played college sports, especially if they were successful in college sports, have a work ethic that is greater than most, and understand the ability to work in a team, understand the ability of communicating, public relations, understand
For sure.
all of that stuff. And you have a name that everyone knows. Your Q score in San Antonio is exceptionally high. So I'm so glad that you're doing something sales related because, um, essentially you're gonna make money off of not only your skill set but also your name as well, which is great,
For sure.
which is
Trying to.
amazing.
Hand over
That
fist. Hit me up. Come on, buying a building. Come on. Let me know. I'll
oh
rent it out to you.
wait, where's that at? Where's that at?
Hand over fist.
See, that's
You
the
know,
thing,
step
man.
one. Come on. Let's do it.
This podcast, the amount of
I'm not
business I've
telling
gotten from
Romo.
this podcast, I don't publicize because I can't. But over a couple of drinks, I'll tell you about it. It has been remarkable. It has been remarkable what it's done for my business, man.
That's
and
great.
and
I
and
love that.
and it's the love that we get, man. It's amazing.
For
But
sure.
joined by Frank Harris, UTSA royalty. Joe, you're the only one standing on the island saying, "I'm still here, Patriots. I'm still
Yeah.
here for you."
I'm
Hey,
still
And you know
gentlemen,
what?
sorry to do this. I gotta run, man. I really
Hey,
Okay.
man,
appreciate
Frank,
you guys having me
not,
on.
not
All
a
right,
problem. Oh, I
thanks,
didn't
Frank.
realize it's
Man.
already 11.
No,
Yeah,
you're
man,
good.
you
Thank you
gotta
so
go.
much.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey,
Thank
what,
y'all in
All
the
right.
chat.
Thank you,
if
Frank.
you could hook
Talk
us
to
up
you
with
later,
your
man.
contact information for your work stuff so that we can display that for
Yeah,
people in
get
the
it.
future as well.
Yeah, get my information from Sean or
Sean.
yeah, or
Well,
I can give it to you
I don't
guys
know
as
if
well.
it's your cell number or if you want us to use like a business line.
210-842-8265. Put it in the chat. That's my number, my personal number. Go ahead, give
There
it
you
out to the
go.
world.
Very
All
nice,
right,
man. Let's
Frank.
get you some
Thank you, man.
business,
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Appreciate you guys.
That's amazing, dude. That's amazing, Joe.
Yeah. I'm going to ride with the Pats, man. I picked them before the season started. I'm going to go ahead and ride out in the Super Bowl with them, dude. Got to go with the team. Hey, but we also got to give some love to. Who do you want to give love to first? P.F. Chang's or Hard Rock?
They're the ones who brought the sponsors, the guests today. So yes, PF Chang's.
P.F. Chang's. And remember, today is Wine's Day.
Wednesday.
Half off bottles of wine and champagne every Wednesday. Sesame chicken or Chang's spicy chicken or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
My God, Joe, I had to open up the door, man. I had the door
You're hot.
closed. In Chang's again, half off wine bottles, half off champagne bottles today, and then their cocktail collection is still going on for $8.99. Fantastic drinks there: Jade Margarita, the Long Island Iced Tea, the Lychee Martini, among them all, the Mule, the Lemon Drop Martini, which apparently Rashad Wisdom says that Frank Harris would enjoy. Dude, that's funny, dude. That's funny,
His favorite,
man.
the lemon drop, man.
The lemon drop, man. But no, man, PF Chang's fantastic place, man. Again, you can get there for pickup. You can order it on Uber Eats or Postmates or wherever you get your food, DoorDash, all that stuff. Go check them out, man. PF Chang's La Cantera. Joe,
And this is funny, man.
don't
Yeah.
associate yourself with teams whose owner was in the Epstein files. And, those aren't all the files, man. Those are all the files that they wanted you to see. Like
Yeah.
the real files are still there, man. You think of the X Files theme song.
Mike, you should have cracked a window, dude. Like, crack the window in the car, bro. You don't have to have it all up like that.
I was afraid that it would be going ding, ding, ding. So Chica's flight, I thought I was dropping her off at the airport at 8:30 in the morning. So that would give me enough time to get back. But apparently there was a change in the flight and all that stuff. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm dropping off at 9:30. Can I get back home in time? And I just decided to pull over and just do the show from the car, man, because it was either that or do the show at 10:30. So I thought, let's just go ahead and do it. And it's all good, man. People weren't paying attention to me. They're paying to Rashad and Frank. Rashad's story, though, man, going from Judson High School to UTSA, not 6'1" or 6'2" or 6'3" like the receivers are. 5'9" safety, man. That's impressive, dude. is impressive. And I liked what he had a lot to say, Joe, about how you don't know how to play the game sometimes because you can't hit him up top, you can't hit him down low, and you're just second guessing yourself the entire time while not second guessing yourself. You have to keep moving forward and play the game, not knowing what to catch. Even they're confused by it, and they play the
Yeah.
game. He plays the game professionally. He's confused. That one play with the Buffalo Bills, he's like, dude, that's a catch. You would think as a defender who plays in the secondary, he would have thought that the safety picked that off, and he goes, no, man, that was a catch. I mean, I think that's the tush push, all that stuff. I think it's a good conversation piece to have with somebody who's in the know. You know, but I know people are talking about Jeremy Sohan's cryptic message, dude. If there's one thing I'm gonna not miss from Jeremy Sohan, is his social media presence,
Los
dude.
pendejadas.
Man, I mean, I posted something. I was gonna post this. I haven't posted it yet.
Yeah.
There's something called the stages of grief, right?
Yeah.
The stages of grief basically say that as you're trying to process something, you eventually get to acceptance. However, it all starts with denial. From denial, it goes to anger, then bargaining, then depression, and then acceptance. Where are our Sohan fans right now? Because I think they're on stage 3. I think they're in the bargaining side. I think they're thinking to themselves, well, crap, no one comes up and wants to pull a trade for him. That'll force the Spurs to play him, right? They're already doing that bargain, right? And eventually what's going to happen, we're going to hear this trade. Sean Sharania is going to say, Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs, all going to say, Spurs have traded Jeremy Sohan for a bag of Takis. And then the depression will sit in. And then eventually acceptance. But I think they're on stage 3 right now, Joe. Am I off base?
Yeah, the Spurs simps, man, they're gonna be out there riding that Jeremy Sohan train until the very end. People like Clan the Spurs fan, Matt Lerma and whatnot, the biggest Jeremy Sohan stance.
Right.
It's like the dude was all right. He wasn't all that, man. He wasn't gonna be all-star material. They act like he's the second coming of Dennis Rodman. No, he wasn't. He's just a dude. He's just a dude.
He's
that colors
Draymond
his hair.
Green. He's Dennis Rodman. He's Draymond Green. No, he's Jeremy Sohan.
No, man. He's just the guy that's going to come off the bench for the rest of his damn career because he ain't that good.
Yeah, and they see Dominic Barlow go to the Sixers and think to themselves, well, you see? Barlow's balling, which means that Sohan's going to ball someplace else, and we dropped it all, and we just didn't develop him and all that stuff. And it's funny because, that's why I asked the question to Frank Harris was they didn't pick up his 4th-year option, which was telling.
Yeah.
That's almost a given. If you want to keep him long-term, you give them the 4th-year option, and they didn't do that. The second thing was, the nail in the coffin is when they said, hey, try to facilitate your own trade.
We don't even care enough about you to even try to facilitate a trade of our own. Tell your camp to go find a new home for you.
Yeah, we don't want to make any calls right now. We're busy. We're in the middle of
They basically told him, you're at one of those things, those what is adoption day at the shelter, So they go and pick up the dogs and whatnot. That's what he is, dude.
They're like,
It's adoption day.
And then why are they having him sit on the bench? To still be part. Why is he still talking to the opposing players? What's he doing out there? I'm not going to miss the guy
Oh man,
at all.
Yeah,
Hanover saying he'd rather have Barlow than Sohan. You and me
I
both,
knew that was
man.
gonna happen. Barlow was never gonna flourish and be the same type of player if he would have stayed here with the Spurs. He wasn't gonna get the playing time, man.
He wasn't.
He's doing good at the 76ers. Good for him. But I'm not gonna be like a Spurs simp. Once a Spur, always a Spur. Get out of here with that, man. I don't want to hear that out of these Spurs simps no more. It's the same thing with Derek White and every other Spur. Look at him. He's gone on. He's playing better. He's gonna win a chip. He's with the Spurs, vicariously living through the guy that's not even a Spur anymore. Let him go.
Derek White. Your fascination with Your fascination with the whole Derek White thing is funny.
Because it was
everyone-
dumb, dude. I saw that all over Facebook. Once a Spur, always a Spur. Look at him. He's winning. He won a chip. And he's not a Spur. Good for him. Clap. But don't live vicariously through the guy because our team was no good. Like, damn. Okay, dude. Cool. The Spurs need to go and give Jeremy Sohan his shine box and just tell him stay at home.
Did you
Just stay home.
Did you see Jeremy Sohan's post on Instagram? Jesus, man. The guy needs a shrink. So there's a post that he has on Instagram, right?
Oh, no.
Do you see this one?
Cry harder, ho.
Cry harder, ho. Okay, he says, and I quote, it's a photo of him. It says, "What if it's better with me out of the way? What if it's better with me out of the?" Let's see.
There, I'll put it up here for everybody to see.
What if it's better with me out of the way? What if I'm the poison? What if I'm cancer? What if I'm dangerous and I'm wild? Look into my eyes. You're seeing a child. What are you talking about? What if he's broken? What if he's scared? What if he's ostracized and vilified? Seriously? See, peace is just an illusion. Ain't got a home. I live in confusion.
He's quoting a song, Mike. Like, come on.
I'm sure it's lyrics because I don't see him as being this eloquent when it comes to it all. But that being said, seriously, STFU.
Oh my God.
JHNSB for one last time wants you to do the Lerma voice.
And that's gonna cost you $5. I ain't doing that for free no more.
Tony Ronaldo says, "So I could be suicidal and die," and Joe and Mike would be out here saying, "Good."
Good. As soon as you see the breaking news, Sham Shania, all right, the Spurs have finally traded Jeremy Sohan, Mike. You're gonna be all good. Good.
You know, I mean, he's bottom 10 percentile in player efficiency, and
Yeah.
he has fans. You know what? I always say there's pretty people privilege, which is true. He's not pretty, but he's got colorful hair, man. Sam Salinas with a $5 super chat. Here you go, he says.
There you go.
Lerma
man.
voice. Dance.
What do you
What's
want me
the
to say?
dance, Joe?
Dance. All right, dance. I'll dance.
I love Jeremy Sohan. I love him so much. I'll still be a fan.
Matt Lerma, as Jeremy Sohan's leaving.
Why, Sohan? Why?
You know, like, come on, man. Like, let him
Say
go.
your Lerma
dude.
voice. Once a Spur, always a Spur.
Yeah.
Once a Spur, always a Spur.
That's gonna be Matt Lerma, dude. Down on that damn hill, bro. Wearing the damn jersey still. Just like we see the DeJounte Murray jerseys being worn in the Frost Center, man.
Mario
You know, like,
Cavazos on our chat saying that Cypress Hills, I'm having illusions.
Yeah.
Talking about
there you
Jeremy
go.
Sohan. By the way, if I were to give a response back to that in Cypress Hill talk, Joe, that's insane in the brain.
God, dude.
But Joe, tell me about the Lerma voice, man. Are you going to retire the Lerma voice, or can people buy it?
They can buy
After
the
the
Lerma
Sohan.
voice, but they're only gonna do it like once or twice a show, man. Like, not gonna do it all the time, you know. I'll do it on occasion, especially if Jeremy Sohan's gonna be, you know, traded. Then of course we're gonna have to do the Lerma voice. Look at that post will read. Sham's post will read: Spurs trade Jeremy Sohan for not 1, 2, 3, but 4 tortas. Oh my God.
So Joe,
got-
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we also got to give some love to the Hard Rock
Rock.
Cafe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Very nice, man. We're going to have a party out there. It looks like it's going to be February 28th. So we're excited about that. More details to come. The Area 210 podcast is powered by Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. They're at the Riverwalk. Fantastic location. I'm going to go check it out this weekend, man. Go have a couple of drinks, man. Make some memories out there.
Everybody always loves that Matt Lerma voice, man.
Yeah. Hey,
All the
Joe.
time.
I just retweeted something real fast. My old boss at San Antonio Sports Star, Rob Thompson,
Mhm.
the guys at Sports Star are in Santa Clara for the Super Bowl Radio Row.
No, I saw that.
I was fortunate enough to have 2 tours out there for the Super Bowl, once in Phoenix, once in LA. But Middix and Ryan Eagle and all them are out there. And whenever San Antonio Sports Star goes out to these places, whether it be Cowboy Camp or whatever, they will get an Airbnb. And apparently something bad happened at this Airbnb, Joe. Did you see this Rob Thompson thing?
Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw it on either Facebook or Insta. I think it might have been Insta.
My old boss, Rob Thompson.
What's he trying to do? He's trying to get inside the tub. He's making fun of the crystals that are all over the wall and whatnot.
He was also talking about how there's no hooks for towels
Yeah.
and things are unsafe in the house. Dude, can you imagine getting an Airbnb? Getting an Airbnb and it just sucking ass. Like,
It
what can
doesn't
you
look
do
like
at that
that's a
point?
bad one. I don't know, man.
What can you
That
do at
doesn't
that
look
point?
like a bad Airbnb, man. That looks
Dude,
like it.
my favorite thing, Joe, was that when we went to the one in Houston, Minix got his own room, Ryan Eagle got his own room, Rob Thompson got his own room, Spence got his own room, and me and Rudy had to share. Now we had the nicest room with the nicest bathroom, but we shared. And I'll never forget Rudy going, "Man, why the minorities got to stick together? Why the minorities got to share? How come minorities can't get their own room?" Dude, the looks on Spence's face was like, because he didn't know if Rudy was like being serious or not.
He probably was
It was
low
like,
key.
now here's the thing, Rudy was like going with it for a while, and then he came back and was like, "I'm just messing with him, dude. I don't mind sharing a room with you, Jimenez." He goes, "We have a nice restroom. We have our own restroom. They have to share. We have our own." And he goes, "It's not bad," but he goes, "I just wanted to be a dick."
Jeez. And where's the
Very-
Super Bowl going to be held this year? You said
It's in San Francisco, Santa Clara.
There you go. No wonder they're over there.
Nothing from Sham Sharania right now, man.
Nothing, man. We got to do that, Mike. We got to go ahead and throw our hat and get into the Super Bowl media role. I heard that there wasn't a lot of media there this year for some
No,
odd reason.
and Monday was dead, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something going on right now with the Super Bowl. I don't think this is going to be. There's going to be a lot of people watching the game. Obviously, it's the most watched thing
Yeah.
in the United States. But I think the number is going to take a big dip this year. I think they're going to take
Something's
a
amiss.
huge dip. Something is amiss. Maybe it's political minded. Maybe it's the teams not being excited, because who cares about Seattle sports,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you're the Pacific Northwest, I understand, right? That's your hometown. But that's so far away from the other teams in the country that it's just kind of hard geographically to get into that. New England, kind of like Kansas City, we're kind of tired of New England already. It's been a few years. It's still that's still fresh in our memory, right? So I don't think
Yeah.
people are. And then you look at the referee; it's a little bit suspect. There's no big name. I mean, Drake May, Sam Darnold. There's no Taylor Swift cheering on Travis Kelce. There's no Jason Kelce. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no stars in this game. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best wide receiver in all of football, and he could walk into HEB and no one would recognize him. You know, and I don't think unless you play fantasy sports, people don't realize that he's the best receiver in football. I just think that it's going to be kind of a game that has low ratings compared to prior years.
Yeah.
Spurs Thunder tonight, Joe.
What are your thoughts, man?
Spurs by 4.
No, man, this is gonna be another L, dude. I think because it depends on who they're sitting. Right now, we know that Stephon Castle is probably not gonna play, and we're gonna see what other players they're gonna go ahead and sit out on this game. If they're gonna sit Wemby, if they sit some of the other, let's say starters, to go ahead and get some rest, I don't think the Spurs will win this, man.
Well,
They
I
need-
don't think they can because it's a nationally televised game. It's on ESPN at 8:30. So
You never
You-
know, man. I'm just saying. I
But-
mean, they could have some players out.
Thunder favored by 1.5. Let me look at the injury list here. Now, even though it's a 1.5 spread, ESPN's matchup predictor says that Oklahoma City has a 63% chance of winning. As far as injuries are concerned, the Spurs have 2 game time decisions. I'm not going to count Lindy Waters and Jeremy Sohan because who cares? But
Yeah.
2 game time decisions: Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper.
There you go.
Oh.
If they're either one or both of them are gone, they're missing. I don't like the Spurs' chances, man.
For the Thunder, Jalen Williams is out. And then a game time decision for Ajay Mitchell. So Hartenstein, that means Hartenstein's playing. He's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
That means the other Jalen Williams, the All-Star, is coming back from injury. That means Caruso's playing. And Caruso had been on the injury report as of yesterday. So 3 of those players are back on the roster this year, this game. It's home cooking, Joe. It's a home game. I think it's important for the Spurs to win this game, to still be in the back of the mind of the Thunder. The Spurs play up to competition. They play down to competition. I think the Spurs will play up. I need at least Harper or Castle to play. If both are out, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But I think if one's out there, we need a big game from Fox. We need Champagne to go off for at least 5 3-pointers. Big game from Fox, 5 3-pointers from Champagne, and we need at least 28 from Wemby to have a chance. What are your thoughts, Joe? I'm Spurs by 4. I'm gonna stick with it.
If you don't have Harper, you don't have Castle, and they're, game time decisions, they decide not to play them. I don't like the Spurs' chances, man. I think that if you're taking out 2 of the better players that you have on your team and you're playing up against an OKC team that's running at full strength, it's game over. OKC is a good team. They're the number 1 seed, man. They have a better record than the Spurs. Spurs need every single player that they have on their roster out there so they can compete with OKC on a high level.
Right.
On paper, and even looking at the record, OKC is the better team. Facts. There's no lies detected in that statement. So if the Spurs are going to compete, they need everybody out there.
The Spurs, they struggle against teams that are 500, but they do well against the Rockets. They do well against the
It's
Thunder. They
matchups.
do well against the Nuggets. They do well against the Lakers.
Yeah.
I just think that they get hyped up for these games. The nationally televised games on ESPN, crowd's going to get into it. It's going to be a long game. We're going to be up to like 11:30 watching this game.
Yeah.
Because the timeouts are longer because it's nationally televised. I think Spurs by 4. I think this will be the last game that we're going to see Jeremy Sohan on the bench. Unless he gets traded before then, right? Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wild?
I look at Mike, he gets mad. He's like, we beat them 3 times. Yeah, but who did you have on the roster those 3 times that you beat them? This last time you were missing some players. And what happened? OKC ran circles around the Spurs. What do you think is going to happen without Harper or Castle? Going to get the same result, man.
I keep on hitting refresh, hoping to get some trades, man. I'm hoping that there's more trades to be done. You know what's going to happen, but the trade deadline's tomorrow, so it's going to be one of those things where, it's all going to come down at the very end. Watch the Spurs be part of a massive trade, but they get a draft pick for taking part of it. Like assuming assuming some cap space somewhere, and the Spurs pick
Yeah.
up 2 second rounders because of it all. What are we gonna do with all these second rounders, Joe? I mean, I know try to find a future Manu Ginobili type of player, somebody who came out of the second round. But man, I'm excited about tonight's game. I'll take Spurs by 4. I know you're taking OKC. Not going to bet on this game because I don't have that much confidence. But we'll be talking more about this game tomorrow. Thank you to Hard Rock Cafe. Thank you to PF Chang's La Cantera, Sean Quintero out there for hooking us up with Rashad Wisdom today. And hey, man, Frank Harris is always welcome here. We need to get that guy some business, man.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate is what he's doing. Frank Harris is San Antonio royalty, UTSA royalty. Anybody who is looking for a commercial property, those are people who are like dentists or doctors and restaurant owners and bar owners and all those shops and things like that, or warehouses, things like that. He mentioned 1031. So I mentioned it. He smiled. That's when you exchange one property for another.
No.
Right? So you avoid or you delay taxation by exchanging one piece of property for another property. People do that when it comes to rental homes, right? They sell one rental home and then they roll the dollars into another rental home. That's to avoid having to pay taxes at that time to delay them. So yeah, so he says he likes 1031s. So people are if people are buying commercial real estate or even selling commercial real estate. If you have a company that's going out of business, needs to sell, needs to move out, whatever the case may be, dude.
Yeah.
Frank Harris is our guy, man. He's our guy. And your
You
guy
wanna make more money?
Make more money. 210-508-0369. Investments, insurances. Give me a call, man. I'm going to be in San Antonio today through Saturday doing some business. I'm at the airport right now because Chica has a business trip to Park City, Utah. And she'll be there till Saturday. But 210-508-0369. I'm going to be working with people on the retirement account. I have a guy that I'm meeting with on Friday who literally forgot about his old 401k that he had many, many, many years ago. There was a good amount of money in there. We tracked it down. We found it. We're going to be moving that money into an IRA. So, I can manage your IRA, I can manage your 401k, whatever the case may be, life insurance, long-term care, all that stuff. Give me a call, 210-508-0369.
And there we go.
Everyone
Next
wanting
quality
Frank
show.
Harris to get into the strip club business because of the vacancies that are there.
Go buy the
I'm
sweet
sorry, I'm
spot.
sorry, but the All Stars has already been retrofitted, man.
Maybe they want to go buy the one with the shark on it. Shuggies.
The Shark. Back in the day, that used to be a nightclub called Sharky's. Remember that, Joe?
Sharkies, yeah, back in the day, man. Hey, just
That was
leave
my
the
first
shark
back
on
in the
there.
day. That was my first back in the day of the day.
Leave the shark on there and call Sugars. Fred's Fish Fry after dark. No
Hey,
$5 steaks.
Joe, I gotta tell you about this place that I went to in Katy the other day. We went looking for a car the other day, me and Chica, and we went and had dinner across the freeway. And I looked over and I saw this poker room, and I love playing poker. I go to poker rooms pretty frequently. And I went to this one poker room to go see what it's like. I want to see the vibe inside. If I'm in the area, do I want to play there? Joe, it felt like the Russian mob in there. Everyone had Russian accents. And usually when you go to a place to play poker, like in San Antonio, they charge you for your seat, right? So they don't
Yeah.
take any of the money from the pot, but you pay $12 an hour or so to play, right? So if you want to do a 3-hour session, you got to pay $36, but
Yeah.
you don't have any money rate from the pot. Well, you go to those places, they have bars and restaurants, and you order food and all that stuff. This place I went to, Joe,
Yeah.
had to be a drug front. Had to be a drug front.
Worse
or-
than
or-
Fred's Fish Fry.
Joe, they didn't charge an hourly fee. They didn't charge, they charge a $20 annual fee to join, but no hourly fee. They fed you a drink every 30 minutes. So you can have a drink every 30 minutes, and you can have dinner on the house, a steak if you want, for no charge. They did take money from the pot, like $5 per hand, which I think is illegal. And it was the weirdest vibe in there. I told Chica, I was like, I don't like this place. I said, I'm doing the math in my head. There's no way in the world it's a profitable venture. This is a money laundering pit, dude. That's all. That's what it is.
Ozark. It reeked of Ozark, the TV series.
The best line in Mexican Junior, who does play poker. Yeah, no hourly fee, free booze, and free food. How are they making money?
Yeah.
Oh, and on that day they were giving $500 away to a random player every 30 minutes. Like there's no mathematical way that they're making money there, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got some news for you guys because we're keeping a close eye on what's going on with the FanDuel. So 6 of the MLB teams, man, they finally dropped Main Street Sports, which is, basically FanDuel Sports Network.
Mhm.
And now they're going to be going back to MLB, TV, basically, which will produce their games for the 2026 season and beyond. So now that you have some of these teams jumping ship already as of Monday, doesn't bode well for FanDuel. I'm thinking before the weekends we might hear some word that we got the nail in the coffin for them, man.
And that's sad because FanDuel actually does a better job than what we had with Bally Sports back in the day. Bally Sports was awful, was god awful. So no, man, we need to have. I mean, remember Fox Sports Southwest? That was so good, Joe. Fox Sports Southwest was legit, and now we have these FanDuel networks and all that stuff. It's just all trash. And you know what? The ones that are going to suffer are going to be Spurs fans when it comes to it all.
Yeah, some people paid for the whole year, in advance and whatnot to watch their San Antonio Spurs play basketball. So we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, the fate of that is at stake. It could come through. Some news could come through. Hopefully, we'll hear something this week. Either they decided to go ahead and get some cash to stay afloat, or they're going to close up shop.
Yep. Speaking of closing up shop, Don Harris is on Twitter right now talking about it being a bad day for sports journalism, a dark day, he said, because the Washington Post got rid of their sports section. I mean, here's the thing. Who reads the paper?
Who reads the paper?
Dude, I remember Buck Harvey. What were some of the other legends of sports writing back in San Antonio? There was Dan Cook. Dude, Dan Cook didn't watch sports, man. Like the last 30 years of his life, he didn't watch sports unless he was gambling on it. But there was Buck Harvey, Kevin O'Keefe. Remember that name?
Yeah.
That was some good sports writing way back when. But that's still the place you could go to for it all, right? There weren't blogs now.
No.
Buck Harvey, by the way, is one of the weirdest people I've ever met in my entire life. I loved Buck Harvey growing up. I wanted to, like, my hero was Buck Harvey growing up. Like my hero in the sense of like what I wanted to do when I grew up, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be in sports journalism. And the one time I got to meet him, and I met him a few times, he's just a socially awkward guy. And I don't know if he was weird or if he was being rude, but he was just socially awkward. Man, Kerry Clack, there's a name from back in the day. Don't pick on Dan Cook, Mike. Alex Uriaga says he still gets the daily newspaper delivered to his house. Why? It's a day old news, man. The news is literally a day old. I do say this, though. My dad gets the paper as well. He checks the standings. Old school way, dude. Checks
You know
the
what we
standings.
didn't talk about that I wanted to show real quick because we're going to have to end the show already? We had this little nugget right here that Don Harris posted out there. It shows video of Coach Pop visiting the Spurs practice facility yesterday, sitting down with Wemby. I think he sat down with Mitch and some of the other players, from the roster. they came over to say hi to Pop. So it was good to see Coach Pop out and about, dude.
Yeah, it's sad to see the physical shape that he's in. But he's always welcome there, at Spurs training camp and Spurs facility. Obviously, he still works for them. But he lives and breathes for the silver and black, man. That's a legend. And I know that the airport hasn't been named after him, but it will be. Like, I would bet a large amount of money that the international airport will be named after Greg Popovich at one point, at some point.
It
Joe,
looks like he's telling them to post up.
show me some nasty.
Right?
All
I
right,
want
my
to see el
man.
buen bellazo. That's what he's saying. I want to see el buen bellazo.
Not wimpy ganas.
Not wimpy ganas, el buen bellazo.
All right, Joe. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be celebrating a Spurs victory tomorrow when they beat the Oklahoma City Thunder again. It's a late tip-off. Broadcasting on ESPN starts at 8:30. Game probably starts around 8:37, which means that the game is not going to end until after 11. So it's going to be a long night for Spurs fans. But thank you again to Sean over at PF Chang's La Cantera. Thank you so much for Hard Rock Cafe and to Frank Harris and Rashad Wisdom for being part of the show. Thank you to all the people who are watching who put up with me being inside of a car. I should have had the window open the entire time, but I didn't. But
on
everyone
you.
have a fantastic day.
All
We'll be
right,
back tomorrow,
see you boys
fellas.
tomorrow. Have a
Thanks,
good
Joe.
one.